Okay, this is my second time going through this entire process because I ran into something critical. So I want to say it right up front. You'll see me do it later, but I want to say it right up front. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to delete these connections to Google Classroom, and I'm going to delete my gradebooks. Then I'm going to recreate the connections, then I'm going to recreate my gradebooks. When you create your gradebooks, you must also create all of your categories in the gradebook. So the first time I did that, I did not put any categories at all in my gradebook, and that caused a major snafu. So I was unable to change any categories by doing that. So you need, when you create your gradebooks, you have to put in your categories. Okay, but let's do this. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unlink everything. This doesn't hurt anything. Nothing gets deleted. Nothing gets damaged. So I'm just going to unlink them all so that I'm starting from scratch here. And I'm also going to go over to my gradebooks. And I'm going to do manage gradebook and delete. And it's going to ask me twice. Yes, I'm super extra sure I want to do that. I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to delete. Yep. Okay. So now I want to go back to the home page. So I'm starting from scratch now. So I am going to connect myself. So this is my third period computer science principles class. So I'm going to link, and I'm going to find period 3 computer science principles. There it is. Okay. So I have now linked that class. It says it's going to add students, and it will. Now I'm going to do the same thing with my advisory. My advisory, I'm obviously not going to create a grade book for, and you'll see how it sort of knows which ones to match. And so I'm going to click that. So now I have now told Aeries where those two Google Classrooms are. And you can also click create, and this is what I'll do next quarter, but the create button will create a Google Classroom from scratch. Okay, so this is my 5th period senior capstone, which is right there. Okay, so those 3 classrooms are all created now, and that's going to keep the students synced. So whenever a new student shows up in Aeries, it'll get put into Google Classroom. I do not believe it will delete students from Google Classroom, though. Anyway, okay, so that's done. So now I'm going to come to my gradebooks. So I'm going to click Add Gradebook. And this gradebook is for quarter 1. And we'll make this one for my computer science principles, 3rd period, 1st quarter. Give it a better name, APCS principles, and save it. Okay, I've created the gradebook. I then want to add my categories. So I have a category called assignments. And I'm going to give it a green color. I have another category called projects, and projects are of course blue. And finally, I have performance tasks, which I will make orange. So in this class, all of my grading is just raw points, so I don't do any weighting. In my other class, I do weighting, but then I also want to do manage students, click students, add all, but you guys have all seen this. So I'm going to finish setting up my grade books. Okay, so real quick, what have I set up? So here is my senior class. I have engagement and milestone categories. I've given them colors. For the seniors, it's weighted. But then for my sophomore class here, categories are just raw points. But there are these 3 categories. Ooh, I did that one wrong. That one should be performance task. I need to double check that. Let me make sure that I've spelled these, because I'm guessing I need to spell them identically for them to sync. All right, so I'm still not totally sure if they're going to sync, but I have set them all to be singular because that's what they are in Google. So, and then it has students. Okay, so now let's go over to Google. So here I am in my third period sophomore class. I hit the gear and go to my grading category. So assignment, project, performance task. Again, they're all just raw points in this grade book. If I look at the classwork, you can see I don't have any performance tasks yet, but I have one project and everything else is an assignment so far. In my senior class, let's go to that grade book here real quick. Manage gradebook and categories. So this one is weighted 60-40 engagement and milestone. So if we look here, you'll see I've got milestones and I've got a lot of engagement assignments. And then if we look at how that grading is done here, you can see engagement 60, milestone 40. They are indeed spelled the same. Okay, so now let's sync them. So in order to do the sync, you go to the gradebook homepage and you simply click this button right there, import assignments from Google. So it goes and sees like, what classes am I connected to? And it finds 3 of them. And then it says, of those 3 classes, which ones have a grade book? So I only have 2 grade books. So there's 2 of them. So there's 11 assignments with my sophomores, 14 assignments with my seniors. I do indeed want to import the scores. So I'm going to hit import. And you'll see here it does this nice thing where it actually gives you a nice progress meter. Come on. Yeah. So right here, it tells you like I'm importing the assignment. Now I'm importing the scores. So let's not sit and watch that. So I'm going to pause this for a minute. Okay, so it finished importing everything for the first class and it just went straight on to the second class. So that's good news. Okay, it finished. And now it's refreshing this. Perfect. So 11 assignments in Google, 11 assignments in Aeries. So let's take a look at these grade books and see what happened. In particular, I'm interested in my categories. So if I go by class, that they're all orange does not bode well. So everything got put in as a performance task. That's no good. But let's see if it'll let me edit it this time. So performance task, it's not a performance task, it's an assignment. Save and close. Yes. So it turned to green. Okay. So it doesn't import it correctly. It looks like it imports it as maybe whatever is the last one, because performance task was the last one. So since most of my things are assignments, I'm wondering if I can just change their orders, but I will look into that. But if this is the only thing that we have to go in and change, that it could be worse, right? It pulls in all the grades, all the students, all the assignments, all the everything. So that's pretty cool. You can also, just so you know, any one assignment, if you only make a change on one assignment, you can come into that assignment, not here. You can go into manage and assignments and then go to any one of these assignments. So let's just say this first one, hit edit. No, don't hit edit. Come on, Steve, you can do this. It wasn't there, it was here, assignments, not manage assignments, but just assignments. Okay, so I go to this assignment, click that little arrow and click import from Google. And since it's already related to a Google assignment, it knows that. And so I can simply hit confirm here and that will run the sync. And one thing I'm checking for here is I changed the category. Is it going to change it back? That would be a bummer if every time it synced I had to change it back. But let's see, that error is just because that student didn't do that assignment. Yep, no, it did not change it back. It left it as assignment. So beautiful. All right, it looks like it works. I hope this was helpful.